Property millionaire, I do like to read that.
Unless you've got a trust fund or being bankrolled by mum and dad.
Some people can work all their life to become a millionaire. I just adopted it.
The average first-time buyer now reaches a whopping 38 years old.
38! Bloody hell! Don't say you can't be dad.
As Britain's youth are in danger of becoming a generation who can't afford to buy their own homes. This series follows some of the UK's most affluent young people.
I don't actually care about this money I'm making.
80 bottles of Dom Perignon and a couple of bottles of Cristal. Standard weekend, really.
I'll make 100 times as much in about a penny's time.
As they hunt for their perfect pads.
Yeah, this is a bit of me.
Oh, I love this! Oh my god! And there's a walk-in wardrobe!
And go on a serious spending spree.
That's definitely the sort of theme I want to be going for. £700 is a good bargain. It's going to be extortionate.
This one is £420. 799,950.
On the market for about 2.25 million.
There is no question, no doubt in my mind, I'll become successful in property.
Oh, we got it! Yeah! Oh my god!
In tonight's show, we follow 4 rich young gents as their house hunting dreams turn to nightmares.
Well, what an incredibly horrendous place.
2 18-year-old public schoolboys have 100 grand to find a dream flat, but not all dreams come true.
I'm not so sure about the graffiti.
A 24-year-old with £1 million seeks a boutique eco-home.
Well, this red brick looks very constantly, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. And a 22-year-old is gifted a £350,000 apartment and a flatmate from hell.
Now, I need to talk to you about getting a drum kit. No. You mean absolutely not.
Public school boys Johnny and Kieran are best mates. They met at Winchester College, one of Britain's most exclusive boarding schools.
Okay, wait.
I'll say it.
Alright, I'm Kieran. I'm 18 years old.
My name's Johnny, alright? Wait, your turn. My name's Johnny, I'm 18 years old.
I'm Kieran, I'm 18 years old.
These teenagers want to buy a flat in London, and luckily their parents are giving them a helping hand.
Our parents are giving us 50,000 each for like a deposit.
So we're looking for quite a nice flat, which we could perhaps later sell on in about 5, 6, 7, 8 years' time.
Yeah.
As long as we still stay friends and we like.
And they can have something nice with their massive budget of £600,000.
Do you have a preference as to whether you're that way or this way?
We prefer this area.
Johnny wants to live in affluent West London. Kieran is more interested in the fashionable East End.
Kieran's got this idea that he wants to live in a sort of trendy neighbourhood. Because trendy people wear like dark skinny jeans. I mean, I wear quite skinny jeans.
I just like that
skinny
scene,
enough
it's quite interesting.
The boys will need a mortgage. No problem for Johnny, who's an aspiring model.
Just got back from New York, fashion week, what can I say? $4 out. I need my first campaign, because once I get that, it all kicks off.
But it might be more difficult for wannabe rock star Kieran.
I'm taking a gap year, but I'm in a band, and so we're doing stuff there, like in London. My parents are happy with like me moving out. It's like an independent move.
My dad's quite happy about it because I'm moving out and he wants me to sort of grow up and, well, become a man.
In leafy Wimbledon, South London, lives Josh.
Hi, I'm Josh, I'm 22 and I'm about to move out for the very first time.
His parents are successful property investors, and he's learning the business working as an estate agent.
I could quite easily not work, but I don't want to. You know, for me, it's a sense of self-achievement.
He's independent in every way, except he still chooses to live with mum and dad.
He doesn't even pick a leaf up in my massive garden.
Yeah, well, that's because, you know, I've said before we should get a gardener. Right?
Josh occupies the entire top floor of their £2 million house, but he's desperate to leave home.
It cannot come soon enough, basically. I'm sure my parents don't say that. Only child, goodness me.
He thinks he wants independence. You've got independence.
No, I do, but it's monitored.
No. What he wants is a little bit of pain, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I do.
It's like, you know, we've given him everything except poverty. I think he's got a phenomenal deal. The other thing is, what was quite interesting, a lot of his friends that he respects hugely, they all say the same thing to him. You must be mad to want to move out.
At 22, he already owns a house worth £500,000.
It's a great purchase. Good first-time buy. That's it.
But his house is rented out, so Josh is stuck at home. Until now. There'll be no house hunting for him because his parents will give him a 2-bed flat worth £350,000. He can finally move out and have the independence he craves.
My parents have a portfolio of properties, which they're going to hand over bit by bit to me, and this will be one of them. This is the first place out of home that I'll be living, by myself. Quite exciting, as I'm sure you can imagine.
And it's time to catch up with 24-year-old Zeno, one of London's richest young men.
I feel like I'm gonna dance in the club tonight. My name is Madame Poufogabot. I am Zeno. I am 24 years old. I'm looking for an eco hut, and my budget is around £1 million.
Zeno comes from a family of renowned environmentalists, and he too wants to continue saving the planet by buying an eco-friendly house.
I'd like to be able to have an eco house. It is the sense of that I'm giving back to the earth.
Previously, he started his eco-house hunt looking at a £2.25 million pad.
What is that smell you smell? It drives me wild. That's probably off-gassing from some paint.
Oh, it was a home fit for a king. A Lion King.
It feels as your spirits can soar here.
But that was too expensive, even for Zeno. So he tried out another house on for a mere £1 million.
And then let's just see how much noise comes in. Hello, 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 hello. Say there?
But days of searching failed to enlighten Zeno, leaving him and his chi to continue their journey of discovery. Today, 18-year-old Johnny and Kieran start their house hunt, but can't agree on whether to buy in affluent West London, which Johnny favours.
It's 950.
It's very expensive.
Or trendy East London, Kieran's preference.
You don't want to buy this sort of stuff. It looks like a council estate.
It is a council estate.
It is a council estate. We haven't actually consulted any banks or any firms for mortgages. I just know the deposit has to be something like 15%.
Most first-time buyers have a deposit of just under £19,000. These boys have 5 times that, thanks to the bank of mum and dad.
But if we have a deposit of 100,000, I think we can get a flat for about 600,000. But when like the bank or the building society asks me about my income, and asks you, Kieran, about your income, I don't even know what we're going to say.
Johnny gets paid handsomely for modelling, but Kieran is a struggling musician.
Just remind me how much you get paid for your gigs, like this gig coming up on the 15th. How much are you even getting for that, do you reckon?
I don't know, actually. It could be like between 200 and 300.
Like, well, what other part-time job are you thinking of getting? Because I know we've been talking about this.
Yeah, we just talked about that just today.
Yeah, just today.
For passing comment.
Yeah, but you need a job, else it's not going to work.
This place would be amazing. 4.5 million?
You're so crazy. Yeah, but can we actually try and do something productive here?
Like checking himself out on the Milan catwalk.
When I look at these videos, I like looking at the people on the front row, and I like looking at their faces as I walk past. And look at that good-looking girl. Watch her gaze follow me as I walk past. Look, 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 look. It's all a bit of a joke, really.
While Johnny and Kieran's house hunt has a long way to go, in Wimbledon, 22-year-old Josh has it handed to him on a plate. His parents have given him his first flat, and he's moving in best mate Harry.
This is great. Yeah, this is going to be cool.
It is, exactly. This is my room, by the way. It's not right,
okay.
Ensuite. The question we've got to ask ourselves is where's the sofa going to go?
I've got room for a desk in here.
A desk?
I want a desk.
For what?
We need an office.
Okay, in that case, we can put the desk there, or we can move the sofa further along and put a desk there.
It's going to turn into a very rock and roll flat, though.
It is going to turn into a very rock and roll
flat. We're going to have walls, guitar-clad, albums, speakers left, right and centre.
The average amount first-time buyers spend on their property is £152,000. Josh's new place costs around £350,000, but he didn't have to search for it or part with a penny.
Is this my flat? Yeah, it is my flat. I mean, it's my parents', truthfully, but it's going to be my flat. So there is a lot of pressure on me not to mess it up and, you know, to man the fort, as it were.
The only way is up.
Exactly. It's a win-win situation. That's what that's what I like to think, anyway. We'll see how that pans out.
With the decor sorted, best mate Harry is getting his feet right under the table.
I think poker night's a good idea.
Yeah?
Cleaning night is essential. I think that's probably going to be a Tuesday or a Wednesday. What else do we need? Party night.
Yeah, we'll have some good parties then.
Yeah, no, I need to talk to you about getting a drum kit in there.
No.
What do you mean,
Absolutely
no?
not.
Why not?
You want to get a drum kit in the flat?
Yeah, why not? Wooden floors, mate, sound great. Wooden floors? Yeah.
Along with the apartment, looks like Josh might inherit a noisy flatmate. In West London, teenagers Johnny and Kieran haven't begun to think about living arrangements, but they have got their very first viewing. Not that that's motivated them to leave on time.
Hi, Ray. It's Kieran and Johnny.
Hi, Ray, how are you?
We're going to be a little bit late, I think.
We're in a cab now.
All right,
take care. All right, bye.
Kieran has got his way, and the search is starting across town in funky East London.
We haven't gone round the house before.
We don't need it.
I'm sure it's pretty simple. Just go round.
But no, the property looks so nice. And it's the sort of thing we are looking for, so it does have potential.
But when they arrive, all Johnny's fears suddenly awaken.
We're surrounded by council. Look, Kieran, honestly, mate, you're walking through that green at night, you're going to be, like, chopped up into pieces.
They're new to house hunting, and the £370,000 two-bed riverside development is just as rough around the edges.
And then this is the main bedroom, which has an ensuite shower room, and also we'll have built-in wardrobe here as well.
With the bed then, this will be quite small. Think about how long a bed is.
I mean, it's designed to fit a double. I mean, the room next door is designed to be able to fit a bed and a couple of bedside tables, and they're built-in storage as well. So
It's bijou, unfinished and expensive, but Kieran loves the East End.
I really like this bed. Like the coffee shops and the bike shop and the restaurant's going to be here. But it's a nice canal. I don't know, we'll have to see.
I'm not so sure about the graffiti. I guess we'll have to do.
The area doesn't impress Johnny, so they move on to a second flat in Arnold Circus, Shoreditch. But in London, even a deposit of 100 grand will sometimes only get you a near £500,000 ex-council flat.
Oh, yes. You said, yeah.
so this one is 470.
At least it's 3 bedrooms, so they could rent one out.
No, yeah, it's look at this place. I just look around, it looks like it's going to be great for parties as well. I really like it, I really like the kitchen and sort of dining room, table.
After only 2 viewings, they give up to focus on flatmate potential.
We want them young, we want them blonde, and we want them skinny. Students looking for accommodation. Instead of staying in a hall.
Art students, I think the art students around here.
And we'll get them, we'll only look. We'll get girls to come in like a casting, and then we decide who we take on.
Even with a massive £1 million budget, Zaino has failed to find his perfect eco house. So he heads home for some of Mother's advice.
Are you considering any of them, seriously?
I'm thinking maybe spend the money that I have, half of it on buying a house, half of it on doing it up.
Yeah.
I'd actually be giving to the environment, be using the money that I have in a way that's helping the world, instead of just thinking, wow, I'm going to be having one cool pimping place to have.
Isn't there a place down in Hammersmith somewhere where they're doing some eco-housing, but they're built around a square? And then you share the square, and that's sort of made into, there are sort of allotments. That it's producing its own, it's not taking up resources.
Get some people who are like-minded and share in the project also. I think that'd be incredibly fulfilling and joyful.
So an urban community, but private, but sort of low impact.
Yeah, actually make something. That'd be great. I feel like it'd be my baby. I'd give birth.
Yeah.
His mother's idea of communal living gives him plenty of food for thought. Josh doesn't need his parents' advice, but he does require furniture for the flat that they've given him. For once, he has to dig into his own pockets.
The budget, ideally, was 10 grand, but I can see that disappearing very quickly. The fact that one of the TVs is 5 grand, half the budget. But this would be quite good, and this is a hell of a lot cheaper as well. There's glasses. You just look like an absolute tool. No way. Yeah. This one is, yeah. Basically, I'm moving to a new flat and I need to I want to hook it up with sound.
Okay, so you want like a cinema home system sort of system?
Bingo. So that's 250, including the cables and that's thing, 500, or basically about 500 quid. So you can hook it up to your TV, plug it up to my iMac, 100 quid, and just surround sound systems quite a lot. I'd be happy to spend like 400 quid on that. I need a financial advisor by the end of this. Crazy.
3 weeks in, and Johnny and Kieran are still searching for a flat, but today is starting slowly. London has many distractions, and they've had a heavy night.
I'm really hungover, and we're all like, oh, Florrie, full English breakfast, please.
Can I get some coffee?
Yeah.
Okay.
Luckily, Johnny's parents have a maid, Florrie, on tap to serve them.
We were wondering if me and Johnny could get some coffee, yeah, please.
Coffee?
2 coffees for me and Johnny.
Okay.
Thank you.
When they have their own flat, life will be very different.
I think when I move out, I'm probably going to miss the cooking, definitely. The food and the cooking. Because, I mean, right now, my parents have these 2 maids, and they always cook for us. I think food's going to be a bit of a challenge for us. Yeah, no, yeah.
It's not.
The boys haven't bothered to set up any more viewings, so Johnny makes an effort to reinvigorate the search with a walk around his neck of the woods.
Right here, it's quite a nice, sort of quiet and safe neighbourhood. If you look at this woman just here, she seems like a very nice woman. She doesn't seem like she'd harm anyone. But she's a very nice girl.
The average price of property in Chelsea is a massive £2 million.
Ooh, look at that Audi, it's so buff.
Plush homeowners like expensive cars. The boys spot one worth 100 grand, the same amount as their deposit, and stop to grill the owner.
Do you reckon we could find a flat around here, about 850 square feet, the price of about 550,000? There's no such thing around here. 600 maybe, no.
Minimum is about £1,000. You're probably better off going for like just fringy parts instead of this is prime.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely subprime.
Swanky Chelsea might be Johnny's parents' patch, but £600,000 buys nothing here. Kieran might just get his East End dream. Zaino's dream house doesn't seem to exist in London, so he and flatmate Harry are heading out of town.
I think it'd be nice to breathe in the fresh air of the countryside and see the country bumpkins. There's country ladies and people cleaning out the pigsties and stuff.
They're visiting a commune in Surrey where the flats are a mere quarter of his £1 million budget.
Well, what an incredibly horrendous place.
The development is an attempt to create a community that lives in harmony with itself and Mother Nature.
Do you think you could see yourself living here?
It's not very much of a charming area.
No, it's not.
Never judging something by its front cover.
I'm afraid I am in this case. It's a bit bleak, isn't it?
It is quite bleak. I'm not sure about this, with this red brick. It looks very council-y, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, yeah.
What have they done below? It's like somebody's schizophrenic.
Jenny will guide Zaino around this sustainable suburb.
I think that it's really nice on the top. I'm not too sure about the bottom part. It looks slightly council-y.
You know, some things appeal to some people and not to others, so...
Yes.
You've got tattoos on.
That dance for you, baby. I feel that the inside's just cheaply done. With, yeah, maybe not luxurious, just plywood.
The interior might not be to his taste, but outside is much more appetising.
Oh my god, you can grow your own carrots and beetroot.
Yeah.
May I?
You're going to pull a carrot out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good. I like the delightful aftertaste of dirt. Delicious.
Is it delicious?
Yes, I suppose. The idea is absolutely beautiful. I like it. It's incredibly communal. And the philosophy that is infused within it is very inspirational. I think if I could buy a large warehouse and do it up somewhere in central London, make it a bit more luxurious, so it's not as cheap looking as inside, well, that would be fantastic.
The reality is, communal living doesn't involve five-star luxury. Johnny and Kieran have viewed 2 properties in East London. Today they're viewing their first in West London's Bayswater. This time they're early, but the agent isn't.
Does he want us to buy the house, yes or no? Does he want his commission, yes or no?
Johnny, do you want to go to the pub?
Yeah, I think we should. Yeah.
At £725,000, this 2-bedroom flat is over budget and almost the combined price of both places they've seen so far.
Hello there.
Hi.
I'm Martin.
Nice to meet you, Johnny.
Hello, Johnny.
Kieran.
So, here we go. This one's been nicely refurbished. You've got walnut floors, good double glazing here.
Quite doors.
The good thing about sliding doors is that they don't take up so much
They will,
space.
yeah.
If you've got ones that swing and arc, then you can't put any furniture in the way. That's rather good. Should we go and have a look at the reception space?
Yep, best move on from the room where conventional doors don't fit.
So here we come to the reception. Lovely ceiling heights.
So how much is that?
£725,000. It comes with a share of the freehold, long lease.
I quite like the kitchen. I always look at kitchens.
It's kind of still part of your entertaining space, but you can make it separate by just closing the doors.
I don't like it separate. I might have to rip that door off.
Really?
The viewing is a disappointment.
It's just makes it weird. The layout. It's like I'm in Japan.
But rather than knuckle down and continue searching for their dream flat, Johnny heads off for more modelling work while Kieran hits the pub.
Me and Johnny both didn't like it. It was just a bit too strange, the layout and everything. And we prefer the Arna Circus place. We'll probably go back and look at Arna Circus and talk to our parents about it. But I've got other things to do as well, like the band and travelling. I have to sort out all that stuff. So house hunting comes somewhere in between all those things.
While the boys' social life is stalling their progress, Josh's domestic life is affecting his.
Well, basically, we've got a major hiccup that's happened. My parents don't want us moving in, and they've just done a 180 on us, and they now don't want us to go ahead with it. So, which has left us in limbo.
Last night, his parents pulled the plug on the boys' party pad.
I didn't want my fabulously, expensively restored property to be trashed by these two. That's the bottom line.
We typed up a whole proposal, really a lot of effort kind of went into the whole thing.
Harry brought out this piece of paper I just fell about laughing. I mean, it's just difficult to keep a straight face, to be honest with you.
The realisation of me actually suddenly, growing up, I mean, for them, especially being an only child, for them, I think they just find it quite hard to accept.
That's total rubbish, because I said to him, if he wants to leave home, the idea of, he doesn't do anything around the house. He doesn't give any kind of... I wouldn't miss it. My sort of paternal instincts are, as long as he was within a sort of a short reach, then fine. But under the same roof, forget it. His bloody music tastes atrocious.
Without Daddy's money or flat, Josh needs to decide whether he can afford to rent privately.
Gutted. I feel absolutely gutted about the whole situation, but...
It's a shame, but as Joe, we said this last night after the meeting kind of thing, it might, in a kind of a strange way, it might be a good thing.
It could be a blessing in disguise, really.
Zaino's house hunting is also reaching breaking point. He's flipped from wanting luxury eco to communal living, but still hasn't found satisfaction. So, mate Harry organises for friends to come over to help take Zaino's mind off the search. But it doesn't work.
I'm thinking of actually buying a big warehouse and doing it up and actually having a few people to be able to live in it.
A Buddhist commune. Yeah, squatters, exactly.
Maybe you guys could join me.
The following morning, Zaino clears his mind and has an epiphany about his future.
Lots of distractions in London. Parties, beautiful woman. But one hardly has time to listen to oneself. There's a place in France, led by a Vietnamese Buddhist monk. I'm going over there. I shall be meditating for 3 months. Poverty search will be on hold. My sense of mind, when I come back, will definitely affect where I buy my house, where I shall be and how I shall live.
Zaino's environmental flat hunt is put on hold, but at least he can offset his carbon emissions on the flight to France. Johnny and Kieran are going nowhere, and neither is their house hunting.
When are we going to get his house?
We were talking about, just staying in uni for the first, in halls, for the first year.
Despite their parents' generous £100,000 deposit, their busy lifestyles mean neither is in the frame of mind to buy just yet.
House finding's sort of been on the back burner. I know you've had a lot of modelling as well, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean, it's been quite quiet over Christmas. Now I'm doing a lot, and I'm going to Milan on Monday. So yeah, I've been quite busy.
Then I'm going to St. Anton in 2 weeks. The band stuff's got pretty serious recently. When I get back from South America, we're going to start recording.
It all points in one direction.
I think we should just forget the idea for this year.
It's over. It's over. It's been nice knowing you.
Josh's plans to fly the nest have been scuppered by Mum and Dad. So he's done what every good son does. He's moved back home.
For the time being, this is a pretty damn good option. I'm psychologically moving back in. Well, not moving back in, I'm psychologically moving. And so this is it's almost kind of coming to a new place, because I'm seeing it in a different light, if you know what I mean. Now, on that basis, on that fact, I've actually got a bottle of champagne, which I think I'm going to open to celebrate me moving back in. Cheers to the joys of moving house. Oh, God, that is absolutely awful. Happy housewarming, Josh. Brilliant.
Just goes to show, money can't buy you happiness. And it can't always buy you a house. Next time, we meet 19-year-old student Guy, who's got 400 grand cash to splash, but can't bear conventional living.
I just want to paint the walls black.
You can't have your living room